Howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yay! It is kind of foggy-ish, grayish outside, but it's going to be a warm one. I slept, at least, and that's a good thing. Hopefully you slept and had a good night and are having a good day, depending on where you are in the world. Definitely a thumbs up on that. I'm going to continue tugging obsessively on my shirt where I am on the autism spectrum. I absolutely hate the feel of folded cloth on my body. Yay! And, of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, it'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, it'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be double plus good. And even though I forgot to change this again, and even though I do it like every other day, my apologies for not getting it every single day. I hate having ADHD, but I want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons for helping to keep me and my aging pet metabolizing. I can't put them all on screen, but I can thank each of you for the time. It is appreciated, definitely. If you'd like to help keep me and my aging pet metabolizing, that would be very cool. And there are links in the video description for the Patreon, as well as a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wishlist link that I desperately need to update, haven't gotten to it yet. Yay for executive function issues. Again, I love ADHD. So hey, front-loading a video is over. Thumbs up for that. I have slightly more energy today. Even though I've gotten started late, it is 8:27. I am both energetic and not. My leg is doing better. It is... When I went to bed last night, there was some localized swelling, but didn't look bad altogether. Looks good this morning. Still really tender and sore. In fact, I was outside, came in, stepped on a rock, of course, and my ankle, because of the way the rock was on my foot, it sort of twisted my foot that way, and there was a twinge of pain inside the ankle itself. Of course, it was the injured part of my leg, so I hope I didn't re-injure it. Thumbs up. Excuse me. I also forgot to take my antibiotic so far this morning. So as soon as I'm done recording, gotta eat something so I don't puke again, and then take my antibiotic. I took my antibiotic last night on an empty stomach. Had no problems. I think it was just because when I wake up after being in bed, I haven't eaten anything for like 10, 12 hours. And then the antibiotic is really, really harsh. When I didn't eat anything before I took my meds last night, I had been eating off and on, grazing periodically, so there had been food. Thumbs up for that. But let me double check on my thing here, because there is something else, two things that I want to say. Once again is language is stupid and ridiculous. We have the right-wing reactionaries absolutely exploding over any type of use of language that they don't like, they call woke. But again, language is stupid. In the United States, you know how we say okay or okay for something? Okay, you can put it as, or okay, O-K-A-Y. That's an acronym. The O and the K stand for something. Actual words. The O part stands for all, O-L-L. The K is for correct, K-O-R-R-E-C-T. When they first came up with it, the idea was you spelled all correct incorrectly. And that was the joke and the meme. So we say okay today because all correct is an incorrect way to spell all correct. So if you're going to explode about language, I don't ever want to hear you say okay, because that's wrong. So thumbs up. And then again, once more, when there's the reactionary types talking about binaries and all that, you're male or female. Well, no. When you take a look, once again, there are 6 most common chromosomal types in the world. We only have one X. There is roughly 1 in 2,000 to 5,000 people. That's a lot of people. There are 330 million in the United States. Divide that by 2,000, and that's how many people that would normally have XX only have 1. And yet you'd never know by looking. And then there's, of course, the XX, most common form of female, but then every 1 in 500 to 1 in 1,000 people are XXY. And then, of course, there are roughly 1 out of 1,000 people that are XYY. And then, of course, roughly 1 in 18,000 people have XXXY. It's not XXXY. It is a lot of things. So thumbs up for that. So what else do I have on my list? Oh yes, just since I've been going on about that. Since also at the end of my videos, I talk about my desktop wallpaper, which is an awesome piece of art. I mean, the snake looks absolutely photorealistic, aside from the fact that it looks like, where the young woman is, 99% swallowed down its throat. Its body looks like the young woman just had snake paint, camouflage snake paint painted on her body. Snakes don't work like that. They have internal organs too. They're not just skin in a long thin tube. But I have been talking about how in this soft vor world, how it's beautiful and wonderful and no one gets hurt, and all of the serpents swallow whole and digest alive, about 5 to 6 young women each and every day. These are egalitarian snakes. You only have to identify as a woman, and they will swallow you whole and digest you alive. So thumbs up on that. Now, oh yes, this is the thing. In comments, Formie was talking about how yesterday I mentioned I don't like the term neurodivergent because I feel it seems eugenic-like. That's just me. Just because I believe things, if I don't have something I can point to, like the whole chromosome thing or such like that, then otherwise that's just my opinion. That's just my feeling. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean a thing. If I'm not pointing to something that I can say that's solid fact and it's just my opinion, that's just my opinion. That doesn't mean I'm right. Good golly, Miss Molly, I have opinions on stuff that are backwards and just totally contrary and stubborn. So when I think that the term neurodivergent strikes me as eugenics and I like neurotypical, that's just me. That's just me. That's just the way I was raised. I understand that other people are going to find it different. That's okay. We're all different. As evidenced by the fact. So, thumbs up. And then, so have I talked about my leg? Yeah, I talked about my leg and neurodivergence. And hungry snakes swallowing whole and digesting human beings alive. So, and then the ridiculous things about language, the only thing really I've got to talk about left is, I did of course go walking around town. I have not been walking to Walmart. I have been keeping my leg up as best as I can. I don't think I did talk about my leg. I've been keeping it up as best as I can, which isn't great. Because it stresses my back out, I have to keep it down about half the time. And then yesterday I went for walkies, and ever since I have been just sticking it to it downtown, like a mile and some to Safeway, and then back. None of these Walmart walks. My leg has been doing good. And that's good. I mean, last night there was some localized swelling around my ankle. Not much. This morning looks good. Less tenderness. No redness. I mean, I went around my ankle squishing with my fingers. Not hard, but squishing enough that had it been tender as it was yesterday, that would have hurt. And it didn't. So I am still cautiously optimistic, but I think the third dose of antibiotics plus the doxycycline, which I still have to take for this morning, seem to be doing the trick. And then my taking it really super easy also seems to be helping. So that's a good thing. Yay, definitely a thumbs up on that. Yay. And then the only thing I've really got left is, check my time, to talk about the whole creative stuff with my settings of the inside, the outside, the razor's edge, and the whole cryptid world. I've mentioned before how it's all part of the whole cosmology thing with the cosmic horrors and how they have altered and affected various multiverse creations and where we are inside of that. and then the particular universe, bing, there goes the dual shock 4, and the particular universe of the inside, outside, and razor's edge, and how all this energy that pours into it has caused its creation. And with that, one of the other things that really, really helps to make the razor's edge that we have so important is something that doesn't happen all the time or even all that frequently. The only reason that the razor's edge is so stable and we are getting the benefits of things and there is a very stable inside is the king in crimson. You have to have a powerful, stable, and roughly egalitarian civilization. It has to be stable so it can last. It has to be fairly egalitarian so that they can go out and help others. And of course they have to be powerful because they need to have the resources. The Crimson Kingdom is all that. The King in Crimson absolutely loves human beings and is trying to build up their kingdom as their beautiful machine that will last as long as possible after they have to go, whether it's they aren't going to be alive or they have to go someplace else. They want it to last as long as possible. They feel a deep sympathy, empathy, and kinship with us. How old is the king? Even the king doesn't know. They've been conscious, sentient, and sapient for like 2,000 years now. But they have vague memories, impressions, and feelings where they learned very important lessons that are wedged deep in their psyche, where they watched many, not just a few, not just a couple, many, more than a lot, many human civilizations rise up and then crumble and fall. So they've been learning lessons for a very long time. And their first conscious, sentient, sapient thought was along the lines of, if I am to be king, there are many pitfalls I must avoid. And it has been, well, they've been longer than 2,000 years. That's how long the Crimson Kingdom has effectively been around. They were having to lead armies and forces to take the center of the island of the inside where they were born close to. They had to take the center because of the infinite resources available there. And the king, to make their beautiful machine as stable as possible, needed those resources. So even though they are feeling a deep kinship, a deep empathy, a deep love for humanity, yeah, when they had to, they did diplomacy. And if that didn't work, assassination. And if that didn't work, outright war. And they would recruit and lead armies into battle. They fought next to them. And if it need be that there was wholesale slaughter of the innocent to get what they needed, there was wholesale slaughter of the innocent. And they were right there with everyone else elbow deep in guts doing so. A necessary evil and something that still haunts them today, but they needed the center and the infinite resources there. And because of that, they have this large kingdom. There are almost 20 million people in the kingdom right now within the walls of the Crimson Kingdom, and it's expanding all the time. Not just that, it's expanding in a very technological fashion. In the 2,000 years since the founding, well, it took about 600 years before the king felt confident enough to plant the beginnings of the kingdom and declare Common Era Year Zero. But in that time, I forgot where I was going on that one. My sincere apologies. Again, I love having ADHD. But they built up their kingdom. It is stable. And they have been expanding in a scientific fashion. They have not arrived where they are the way we have. They have not had the history of native genocide. They have not had the history of having transatlantic slave trade. They have not had things like anti-Semitism that has formed our world. They have achieved rough parity with where we are by coming through parallel but different forms of civilization and learning different lessons. So their world is similar to, because they are us, but not exactly, because they didn't achieve scientific social pressures the way we did. So, at this point, one of the things that's stabilizing the inside is the king using their technology. They have boosters for their cell phones. They have mobile technology, something that is very rare because there's so many layers, and normal standard technology, you can't transmit radio between layers. It doesn't go through layers. It works on your layer. And so you never had long distance communication on the inside of the razor's edge. That was an almost insurmountable problem until they watched us by having scientists, watching videos, television, taking classes, reading our scientific journals, quantum mechanics, using quantum entanglement in the boosters for their mobile technology. They have boosters where they can use their cell phones between layers. And that also stretches out their observation network, making things more stable the larger the network gets. So that is helping to stabilize and bring communication technology to the inside. The boosters are spreading on the razor's edge, and people are using that tech there, even to the point that the Crimson Kingdom has out here on the outside. There are places like Redline Technologies where they do some small bits of mobile technology, but they do data centers and cloud centers and server farms, stuff like that, using tech from the inside to help out here. But with a booster out here, you get great reception where you can use your cell phone to contact someone who lives 2 universes away and talk to them like they're just across town. Not every cycle of creation has this. It is moderately rare. And remember, when I say cycle of creation, out here on the outside, with the energy that flows through that gate out into our universe, our sun stores energy, and when it gets too close to being a white dwarf, there's no more resistance, and an explosion of that energy rejuvenates, renews, and brings that star back to a point as if it had just existed. And the new accretion disk with new planets, and every 15 billion years, everything starts new. And that's been going on for well over 1 trillion years with our star. So thumbs up for that. But that's how that works, checking out my time there. And of course, let me check on anything else there. That's really about it. So, I had sleeping issues and all that. But one thing I'm going to talk about real quick. You can hook a USB 3.0 USB stick that has to be formatted NTFS format, and you can send your video recording straight to a USB stick. It's a little bit different to record. You have to tell your system, put it onto the USB thing, and you have to specifically set it to start recording, which I actually like. Because that whole just start playing and then save your clip on the PlayStation, I had it go through and lose like 20 minutes of Bloodborne, and I still don't know why. Because I hit the save the thing, and it went, save what? Thanks. That was the whole thing that I wanted to show people gone. So great. But still, it's awesome. So I'm playing Dead Island again. I did that way back when. I can't even remember doing it, but I did for the channel, and now I'm playing it off the Xbox and having a great time. Once again, if you cannot throw things or shoot at a distance, then you're at a severe disadvantage, because I like to just smack the zombies in the head as they get closer to me, and then of course when they're there, just kick them to death. So very cool. So, hey, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, well, I'm not really paying attention to that. It's just a form of stimming. Yay! Let me move things so I can get to my keyboard, because I'm calling up my Chrome and take out my glasses so I can actually see at that distance. Nearsighted, farsighted astigmatism. It's right. My monitor is right in the zone. Too far away for this side, too close for this side. Yay! We have Jesse Koskinen. Thumbs up and thank you very much. It is good to see you. Gabs Contreras, thank you very much and greatly appreciated. There is It's Relit. Thumbs up, thank you. And boy, I hope this week gets better. But then I have been having one of those lifetimes. We have Floramu again. Thumbs up, thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. And I understand being on the fringe. I mean, I'm, cis white male. And that puts me right in the center of American, stuff. But up here, I'm not typical. And I have drifted toward the edges where I have felt more comfortable my entire life. So, we have Drew, thumbs up and thank you, greatly appreciated, good to see you. Big T, thumbs up, and I am going to be playing more Dead Island. Chris, greatly appreciated, thumbs up, thank you, and those zombies are going down. Sage from Online, greatly appreciated, thank you. Beyond the Capsule, greatly appreciated. Zombie Wolf, good to see you as well. We have Adrian Bryan, thumbs up. Rhys, R-H-Y-S, Machette, M-A-T-C-H-E-T-T, thumbs up and thank you. We have Tommy Copeland, thank you very much. Good to see you in the comments. And, losing parents sucks. We have Zach Morris 1, greatly appreciated. Martin Figueras, F-I-G-U-E-R-A-S, thumbs up. There is Carlos Hunt, thumbs up and thank you. Shad F-U-A-D, so I am not sure how to pronounce that, but thank you very, very much, greatly appreciated. There is K-A-R-L-O-N-N-G-S O-R-L-E-J-O-V, thumbs up and thank you. Mr. D, greatly appreciated. And M, thumbs up, thank you much for having good ideas. And Armadildo, greatly appreciated. Good to see you all. Thumbs up. Well, actually, there's also Guillermons Gilgstatlingus, whom I'm nowhere close. But then there's No, thumbs up and thank you. Larry from Space, Dark MDG, thank you. And I think that's actually it. So greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thumbs up, thank you. And kind wishes and all that are greatly appreciated. I do thank you, each and every one of you. Well, hokey smokes, I am going to be doing what I can today. Last time I took a shower, last couple times, I haven't bothered shaving or trimming my beard because I've just tried to get in and out as fast as possible. So I look scruffy. I'm going to hopefully get my hair and beard trimmed when I take a shower today. Here's hoping. I'm tired of looking so scruffy. Yay! Hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done. That would be very cool. But if not, don't beat yourself up. There's no need to do so. Definitely a good thing. So, hokey smokes. I am going to be, as stated, doing what I can do. So hopefully you're going to be able to do what you're going to be able to do. So until that time, you take care. Have a great day today. I've forgotten my hand symbols that I usually do. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. And of course, my fumbling awkwardly trying to come up with something to say when I reach the end of this. I do need to put up a new picture on my desktop though. As much as I like this picture of the young woman being swallowed whole, there are lots of really good pictures of snakes that are just swallowing women to digest them as well. So, I mean, there are lots. Thank goodness for that. But still, waving this around in the air like I just don't care. Hopefully the battery inside here is doing good. This is my original one. It's like almost 10 years old or so? Like 8? Yeah, so you take care.